So today I want to talk to you about selfishness versus self-preservation. So as a very unique soul that you are, it is really important to understand that you not only provide different skills and different gifts to those around you, but you also require different things in return. And the holiday season really puts all that into the hot seat, because we are often called in the holiday season to put all of our own needs aside for the greater good of the family, of friends, of work, of anything else. And this can often continue on. Maybe it's just one day, but maybe it's a solid month for many of us, between Christmas parties and family events and people visiting and everything else. It's wonderful. It's really wonderful to be able to kind of put your stuff aside for a moment and engage with the group as a whole. But at the same time, it's so incredibly important to know who you are and where you stand in all that, so that you don't kind of get lost in the insanity of it all. It's really easy to get lost in the insanity of it all, which is why New Year's can really slam you over the head, because all of a sudden you wake up after a month or so of kind of devoting everything you have to everyone else, and now all of a sudden you're being judged for whether or not you have resolutions and how you're going to move forward with your life. Meanwhile, for the last however many weeks, you haven't been able to think of your life at all because you've been thinking of everyone else. So that's where selfishness comes into play. And I often tell people in readings that the very big difference between selfishness, true selfishness, and self-centeredness is you need to be able to take care of yourself in order to take care of other people. It is a form of self-preservation. It's knowing when to step back and say, what do I need in all of this? Yes, I have to go to these parties. Yes, I have to be helpful to my family. I need to buy these gifts. I need to cook these things. I need to partake in these events. But it's also really important at the end of every day that you're doing that to step back and say, okay, now what do I need to take care of myself? Where do I need to say no to take care of myself? Because you might think that you're doing the right thing in giving, but if you don't have anything left to give, you're not doing anyone a favor, most especially yourself. And when you run down, you're not giving anymore. You need to be able to give from a full, overflowing cup. You cannot pour from your own cup. I often explain to people who are givers, because many of you are, that you need to not give your supply, you need to give the universal supply that is out there. You need to give all the energy, all the love that is within the universe, and that is unlimited within the universe. You don't have to give your own. I often remind people that imagine yourself like a lamp. You're giving off light, but imagine yourself plugging into the source and then giving off that light. So you're just giving it, you're taking the energy from that source and then you're shooting it to everyone around you, as opposed to pouring out of a pitcher that's only about that deep and is really, really, really limited. So knowing at the end of the day, and this doesn't necessarily mean that you need to treat yourself or be antisocial or be rude or anything else, but this does mean that maybe you need 10 minutes to go and be quiet and alone. Or maybe you need to go for a run. Or maybe you need to go to the gym, or maybe you need to have that glass of wine. Whatever it is that you need to do, it's not selfish, it's self-preservation. Because when you're able to give back to yourself, you're able to do that much more for those around you. And in the end, everyone wins, because when you're giving with a smile on your face and a very full heart, that is so much more powerful than giving from the sense of you're waiting to receive in return, or giving from a sense of martyrdom. And it's really important to know who you are as a soul. Again, something I cover in your higher purpose reading and your soul profile is who you are. So you understand in and amongst your family if you're the kind of person who tends to give too much, or you understand if you're the kind of person who needs alone time, who needs independent, quiet time to reconnect. You can also understand where your strengths lay within your family setting. knowing where to have those arguments, knowing if you're argumentative, knowing if you need to step back and take something back for yourself. It's really important to know these things so that you can create very firm boundaries, so that not only are you knowing where to stop, but you're also knowing where you can give more. And understanding that everyone's not expecting the world from you, but they are expecting something from you. So knowing what the best part of you to give is, and then being able to preserve yourself at the end of the day, to keep rebooting that process, so that you enter into the new year with this wonderful sense of knowing who you are and feeling really recharged by the holidays and not depleted by the holidays. And if you do hit that new year and you are ready to go, or maybe you're not quite ready to go, but you want to be ready to go, then I have some fantastic readings and programs to offer. My Foundations for Success program is an incredible, really short, kind of quick and easy program to get you moving in the right direction. And then I'm also offering a resolution reading, which covers the different resolutions that you have and the potential energetic limitations and blocks and disconnects that are presenting that can hold you back from really experiencing success in the new year for your resolutions. So check it out. But most importantly, check yourself out. Take your time. Do what you need to do. And remember that you should always do everything with love. And if you can't do it with love, then you either need to take time for yourself, or maybe you shouldn't be doing it at all.